from a little different location today. Ventured back to my office. Still cheers, cup of coffee to you. This one comes from the Cavs NBA Finals. My beloved Cleveland team. We did win one in 2016. And I'll say it again, man, I miss sports. As we have a little bit of coffee together this morning and think about some things, I don't know about you, but I'm in a season where I got to make some tough decisions. And man, and the climate of the decisions that I'm making, it's really unique right now, of course. But even in a lot of the decisions I make, people don't always like the decisions I make, and there's critique and there's feedback. And when you're a leader, you make decisions that people aren't for, and that's just part of what comes with the chair. But any of us, as parents, we make decisions people don't like. As friends, we make decisions as sons, as daughters, as siblings. And I was thinking about how do I do when people come and give me feedback? And maybe I'll put that in front of you this morning. How do you do when people give you criticism or feedback? And a couple thoughts on that, maybe for you to think about as you go about your day today. I think when we get feedback, when we get criticism, sometimes we are so concerned with the messenger and the method that we miss the message. We're so concerned with the messenger and the method that we miss the message. I think sometimes we say, who are they to say that? Oh my gosh, if they did that, they would have done it worse. Man, I have seen them do that before. They're not as good at that. We just find ways to dismiss the message because we want to dismiss the messenger. And then I think sometimes we say, I can't believe they said that this way. I can't believe they said that at this time. I can't believe they used those words. I can't believe it was, during this moment or whatever it is. And we then dismiss the message because of the method to which they did it. It was in a text. It was in an email. It was right after the presentation. It was too early in the morning. It was too late at night. There were people around, whatever it is. And yet in all of that, we never stop and really ask the most important question, which is what's true about the message they communicated? What's true about it? What in their feedback, what in their criticism, what in their evaluation, what in their questions is right? Sometimes I've had to learn that there's a difference between people asking questions and questioning you. There's a difference between people making a critical evaluation and feedback versus being a critic. And in all of that, I think if we're going to grow and we're going to lead and we're going to make good decisions and we're just going to be people that move forward in life, we have to be willing to learn how to receive direction from other people. And maybe you think of yourself and you're like, I'm not a leader, but I would bet that if people came to you and said, hey, do you think you could do better at taking care of your house this way? Or do you think you could be better at doing your job this way? Or what about how much you take care of yourself or whatever it is? You might resist that based on the messenger or the method. You might say, I don't really want to listen because of who they are, how they said it, rather than asking, is what they said true? And then to be reminded that just the truth is, in every single critique, there's normally a kernel of truth. In every critique, in every piece of feedback, there's normally a kernel of truth. And so do the work to find that kernel. Do the work to find out what's there to help you improve. Here's what I know. I've said this as a pastor many, many times preaching to my church. No one will ever deceive you about you more than you. No one will ever deceive you about you more than you. And we have so many blind spots in what we do and how we do it that we resist feedback and critique. And yet the most mature, most successful, in fact, the people that I admire the most are people who are constantly teachable to feedback and critique because they find the truth in the message. They find the kernel of truth in the feedback and in the critique. So I want to encourage you as you think about that, whatever you're dealing with, maybe that won't make sense for you today or tomorrow in the next week, but maybe a month from now, that'll be something for you to consider. I want to encourage you to have an incredible, incredible day. We're going to get through what we're doing. We'll see you soon.